Hi everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called Farming in Another Life. Now, our main protagonist, I'm just gonna get straight to it. Our main protagonist dies because his body's unhealthy. It's just like the character from Lady of Lindale that I reviewed. She dies in the hospital. This was what happened with this guy. However, instead of getting sucked into a video game, he gets spawned by God to get him to another life. The things that he wants is farming tools, so he can learn how to farm because he liked farming when he watched TV in the normal world, and also a good healthy body. The healthy body actually helps him out because of the thing that God gives him drains his life force and might kill him, but since he has a healthy body, it won't affect him whatsoever. So I think that's funny. Okay, so that's pretty much he can kill anything, pretty much, so to speak, with just a fucking spear, which I think is pretty fucking dope. But here's the thing: God is pretty much an idiot, and he makes mistakes. He made a mistake of him having an unhealthy body in the human world. So instead, he decides to spawn them in the magical world. The problem is the place that he spawns them is called the Forest of Death. And I'm like, okay, so what's gonna fucking kill him now? Because it's like, what the fuck, man? Why would you spawn him in the Forest of Death? Because you want him to give him a second life of a good life instead of just being at the hospital because you're unhealthy and you're dying because no one cares about you. It's like, what the fuck? But the tool that he gives them, like I said before, can kill anything. So every monster, the first thing that he makes friends with are monsters that can breathe fire and have horns on their heads, and they think that they give a perspective later in the anime, later in in the first season, pretty much of their perspective on they thought that their master was going to kill him firsthand, but that never happened. The first character that actually helps him out is a vampire. And I don't know how the fuck he managed to do this, but the vampire is there from episode 2 all the way up to episode 10. And episode 12, because there are 12 episodes time this recording. There might be more, so there might be a follow up round 2 type of anime review of the second season by itself, but that's beside the point. So anyway, as I was saying before, he gets a vampire, and the vampire is pretty much sucking all his blood, but nothing happens because God gives him a healthy body where he can withstand all the blood that he's losing. However, he decides to propose to her right off the gate because he doesn't want to live by himself anymore because all he's been doing is living with 2 dogs and a spider, which, by the way, is a giant spider that can knit freaking clothes. Freaking his freaking web shooting thing. The thing is the size of a fucking car, for Pete's sakes, and the spider's actually really nice. I would love to have a spider like that. Like, he will be nice to you and stuff like that. Because all these monsters that he's seeing in this Forest of Death want everyone to die. So that's the main gist of things. Now, I don't know how in the fuck he proposed to her, and she said yes. So they're now a couple, and they are now husband and wife. Which is kind of fucking funny because at the end of the first season of the anime, she gets fucking pregnant. Now, I don't know how the fuck he fucked a fucking vampire, but that just drives me, that just baffles the fuck out of me. How the fuck did he manage to fuck a fucking vampire? But hey, whatever, they live together. Now the next cast of characters is the elves. He gets elves. And the elves want to reproduce, and all the elves that survived are all female elves. So they want to fuck the mayor because that's what they want to do. And I'm like, this guy's gonna have his dick writhing in pain by the end of the fucking season. I'm like, what the fuck? He's gonna fuck too many people, and his dick's gonna be. He's gonna be limping trying to get to the fucking bathroom. His balls are gonna be drained. But he never does anything. He just brushes it off. He makes them all stay to do work and stuff. You also got the beast people, vampires. You've also got elves, angels that come into play as well. The first angel that comes into play is trying to get the vampire to submit her crimes because she has a bounty on their head, and they never do anything about it. So yeah, that's the main gist of things. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Now this ain't a harem per se, but all the girls in the village want to fuck him, which is kind of fucking funny because of reasons. And every person that stays in the freaking thing, besides the lizard man, are pretty much girls, which is fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, and also the fucking gnomes. The gnomes know how to make alcohol. That's the main reason why they're doing it, because the whole village loves to drink booze. They like to get drunk as fuck. Now, pretty much he knows how to farm, but he can farm without using seeds because of the tool that God gave him. So when he digs up something, the seeds are already planted and they grow really fast, so that's a good thing. Now when it comes to the structure of the anime, my main complaint of it is the fact that some episodes, nothing really happens in some of the episodes. I feel like they're just filler. Like episode 11 there's some scenes, but he's pretty much telling everyone what he does on an everyday lifespan, and that's the main problem I have with it. That's the only problem I have with it. And some characters don't really get that much character development either. But when you have over a bunch of characters, it's really hard for characters to come and go. I mean, the dragons come into play, and he just fucks them up. And the funny thing is the fact that the Dragon King likes to go there just to get fucking drunk, which is fucking hilarious because of reasons. Because he can farm anything, which is kind of fucking funny actually. But they love the food. And that's the main problem I have with this anime is because of the fact that some characters feel like they get left out loop and they think that they're going to be a serious threat, but then that doesn't happen. The best thing about this anime, however, is it teaches you how to farm. And I'm not a big fan of farming. I'm not a big fan of being at a farm. I just don't like going outside. I'm usually the indoors type of person. But people that usually work at a farm, I have mad respect for them now because of the fact that there's a lot of work to do just to make food that you can plant in the ground. It's not as fast as farm this anime where the character can grow stuff in like 7 days. It's not like that because I know farming takes pretty much the whole spring and summer just to grow crops because of how long it takes. However, I quite enjoy it. It's like a laid back anime. It's not like it's your typical like isekai anime like we've watched like a few other the last 3 isekai animes. Well, except for Graced by the Gods, that one's more calm and soothing, just like this anime is. However, I think this anime does a lot more comedy than Graced by the Gods. It's not up to par with Lady in the Lindale, but every episode I quite enjoyed except for episode 11. And that's the only episode I have a problem with right now. If they have a second season, because this anime is recently new, so I think it came out this year or last year. But if they come out with a second season, I will definitely watch it. This is probably going to be the first time I've ever said this, but for a long ass time. But I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. I quite enjoyed it. It was really good. Besides the episode 11 part, I have no complaints over this anime. It was just soothing and calming, and it was just like I felt like I was watching an anime of an everyday life of a farmer. So I quite enjoy it. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Would you like to watch it? It's in English dub and sub, so you can watch it. So it's gotta be poppers in the West because of the fact that it's in English dub. So if it's English dub, that means that people in the United States like it. So that's a good thing. But what are you guys' thoughts on Farming Life in Another World? Would you like to be able to watch it? Would you not? But hey, it's up to you. So I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care. And always stay positive. I'll see you next time for the next anime review. And hopefully it's a lot longer than 12 fucking episodes. Because I know the last 3 animes... Well, no. Graced by the Gods at 24. So that's beside the point. But to be honest with you, I hope this anime gets a second season. I hope you guys have a nice positive day. I will try to watch a new anime that is 20 episodes or longer now. because this is starting to get ridiculous. Because I've pumped out like 4 or 5 anime reviews in the last like 3 months. So stay positive. Hope you guys have a nice positive day.